What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Got some very, very deep and interesting information I want to get to y'all. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. What's up, Brian? Y'all come on in. Come on in. Y'all come on in. We'll get started. Y'all come on in. I give him another minute, and then we'll get started. All right. Let us begin. Let us begin. Let us begin. Now, I've been studying and tapping into melanin a lot lately. The past week has been very interesting. And so, these revelations have been coming to me. And so now, I'm going to share them with y'all. Yeah. Share them with y'all. let y'all know what it is. Let y'all know what this is about, what melanin really is. Why these motherfuckers so scared of melanin. As you notice, they talk about melanin, but only to a certain degree. After a while, they stop it. And there are reasons for that. We're going to get into all that in this lecture. But just know that there are reasons why nobody is talking about melanin as much as they used to. Because, you know, you don't supposed to talk about that. You don't supposed to talk about melanin like that. But that's only if you're working for the system. You can talk about melanin however you want to. Because that's your science. That's your power. So, well, today, I'm going to tell you what's real. I'm going to start out with the basics. What is melanin, of course? You know, melanin, or source melanin, as I always say, is this dark, jazzy, omniversal intelligence, presence, and power that fuels all of creation. You see what I'm saying? It powers all this shit. That's why it's known as the great generator. And why is melanin the original energy? Melanin generates this shit. The force, or our life, or the life, universal life force, it animates it, and our souls it immortalizes it. You know, with our presence. You know, by incarnating into these different planes of existences and having experiences. You see what I'm saying? So this is how it works. This is what melanin is. This is the power that they are scared of. Let me tell you why. Let us begin. Now, I related in this lecture how melanin and the beast in the Bible are related. Of course, we already know that much. We got that far, but it was just surface knowledge. I'm gonna tell y'all how. Now, let's read this shit. Let's read it. Let's see here. It's in the book of Revelations here. It said, we'll start with chapter 12. Because that's where shit get real, right? That's where it started. It said, a great and wondrous sign appeared in heaven. So automatically you know we dealing with signs and symbols here. So this is not literal. A woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and a crown of 12 stars on her head. Of course, the 12 stars of the 12 zodiac. And the sun is the Aquarian energy that she's wearing. The moon is the lunar energy. That's why it's up under her feet, because we're already in the lunar cycle with the Piscean energy, and we're coming out of it and going to the Aquarian age. Now, she was pregnant and cried out in pain as she was about to give birth. Then another sign appeared in heaven, an enormous red dragon, Kundalini, with 7 heads, the chakras, and 10 horns. What's the 10 horns? The 10 spheres on the tree of life. And 7 crowns, which mean your chakras are activated, on his heads. His tail swept a third of the stars out of the sky and flung them to the heart, the earth. The dragon stood in front of the woman who was about to give birth, so that he might devour her child the moment it was born. She gave birth to a son, S-U-N, which is the Aquarian energy. That's why it's always a male child, because Aquarius is an air sign, which is a masculine sign. That's why you see a male child a lot of the times in these stories. That male child is the Aquarian energy, which is represented by the element of air, which is a masculine sign. And 5 masculine, water, and earth are feminine. So let's continue. Let's see. She gave birth to a son, a male child, who would rule all the nations with an iron scepter. Of course, we already know that's the jed pillar, that's the spine, that's the Kundalini energy. And her child was snatched up to God and to his throne, because he ascended, because he had the jed pillar. So he ascended back up to the throne, the pineal, the crown, right? Now, the woman fled into the desert to a place prepared for her by God, where she might be taken care of for 1,260 days, which equals up to be 9. So we're talking about completion and judgment. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The dragon was hurled down, the ancient serpent called the devil or Satan, who led the whole world astray. He was hurled to the earth, the heart, and his angels with him. Now, what are they talking about here? Michael is a god of war. Michael is Aries, is Ogun, is Mars. So understand the energies here. That's why Michael was the greatest warrior in heaven. He's a war god. And he fought against the dragon, the Kundalini. Now, notice here, I want to try to pay attention how they're pitting our sciences against each other. They're pitting our soul sciences, which is light angelic magic, against our melanin sciences, which is dark angelic magic. So here we go. Big called the devil, who leads the whole, and he said, now this is all propaganda. He leads the whole world astray. He was hurled to the heart. Now this is Kundalini falling into your heart chakra. You see what I'm saying? And his angels with him. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven say, now how come, yada 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 yada, that's propaganda, I don't even need to read that. When the dragon saw that he had been hurled to the heart, he pursued the woman who had given birth to the male child. The woman was given the 2 wings of a great eagle, so that she might fly to the place prepared for her in the desert, where she would be taken care of for times and half a time out of the serpent's reach. See, they told you that the dragon is a serpent. You see what I'm saying? And they telling you here, this story is telling you that it is all propaganda for real. But they basically telling you that the serpent will never catch the woman, or in other words, they will always, as long as this Piscean energy continues, they will never let you awaken your Kundalini energy. That's basically what they're saying here. Then from his mouth the serpent spewed water like a river to overtake the woman and sweep her away with a turn, because this is the Piscean energy. You see what I'm saying? It's the Piscean energy here. So of course the woman is being swept away by water, because Pisces is a water element, the feminine element. You see what I'm saying? But the earth, or the heart, helped the woman by opening his mouth and swallowing the river that the dragon had spewed out of his mouth. Then the dragon was enraged at the woman and went off to make war against the rest of her offspring, those who obey God's commandment and hold to the testimony of Jesus, which is Zeus. And the dragon stood on the shore of the sea. What up, Antonio Mars? And the dragon stood on the shore of the sea. Now, this is interesting. The dragon stood on the shore of the sea. So, in other words, the dragon is now in that place between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. Because the shore of the sea mean he's still on land, which he is conscious of where he's at. But he's looking at the sea, which is the unconscious realm. The subconscious and unconscious realms, right? Which is where your inner deities lay. So this is what it's talking about here. So the Kundalini energy, and it's funny, they said those who obey God's commandment hold to the testimony of Jesus, or Zeus. But Zeus is a liar. We already know that. So this ass backwards. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Joseph? This ass backwards here. You see what I'm saying? They reversed our shit onto us. They got our sciences being pitted against us. And y'all really about to see how real this shit about to get. Cause goddamn, this dragon, this Kundalini force is fighting for us, but they're moving it around as they're making the dragon look like he's the villain, when he's not the villain. He's the serpent of old. What's the serpent of old? Your Kundalini energy. You see what I'm saying? They call it the devil because it is their adversary. It's the Cabal's adversary. You see what I'm saying? This is Zeus teachers now. They gave you this Bible and corrupted it, because this is not, the book of Revelation is not the original prophecy. The Ragnarok is the original prophecy, and it don't look nothing like this. You see what I'm saying? So they created their own version of it to keep you locked down. They got you scared of your own sciences, and you about to see here. You about to see how here. Check this out, y'all. The beast out of the sea, and I saw a beast coming out of the sea, out of your subconscious mind. He had 10 horns, which represents the 10 shells in the Kalipah. Because now we're dealing with the Kalipah. And y'all know the Kalipah is the tree of knowledge. Of course, knowledge of self, or knowledge of your God self. So keep that in mind. He had 10 horns and 7 heads. Of course, we're talking about the chakras again. With 10 crowns, which means those fields have been activated. You see what I'm saying? Just like the serpent had 10 spheres, which you had to rise through the tree of life with the serpent. See, these all go together. That's why they heal. Chapter 12 is about the serpent rising. You see what I'm saying? Gaining power. The Kundalini energy gaining power. Rising back up to the crown. You see what I'm saying? But then in this story, they knocked it back down. You see what I'm saying? They're using the war god energies to knock it back down because they don't want you to get it. But this beast that rise out of the ground, check it out. They knocked it back into the heart, which I always tell y'all, the heart chakra is Tefera on the tree of life, the sphere of beauty, which is what they got everybody locked into right now. That's why. They know they can't keep you in Malkuth because you got your spiritual sciences back. But they can't keep you from advancing completely to where you need to be. So, now let's enter the Kalipa. Let's enter the Da'af, the sphere of knowing. Into the Kalipa, the shells. 10 heads, which are the 10 shells, or 10 heads, or 10 spheres of healing. Your inner deity, right? These 10 spheres are designed, 10 different levels that's designed to help you heal your inner deity, right? He had 7 heads with 10 crowns on his horns, and on each head a blasphemous name. What are these 7 blasphemous names? Now, let me stop there and give you the blasphemous name. Now, they tell you that the 7 heads are blasphemous names, right? Right. Now, what is the beast? Let's start there. The beast is an entity, or a beast is an entity that has great, terrifying, and wondrous power, which is describing your melanin. You see what I'm saying? You describing your melanin here. See, we all have a melanin monster living inside us, and monster just mean prodigy. You see what I'm saying? It just means your own internal prodigy. What is a prodigy? A prodigy is one with great ability, skill, technique, and power. You see what I'm saying? That's what a prodigy is. You see what I'm saying? Somebody who's naturally gifted, who's supernaturally gifted. In this case, since we're dealing with your melanin monster. So that's what the beast represent, your melanin monster. Now, the melanin monster rises out of the abyss, of course, which is your unconscious mind, the sea, the primordial mind. And with these 7 blasphemous names, now they're also known as the 7 African deities. But these 7 African deities is also a code word for the 7 primal forces or primordial forces of melanin. Now let's go over these deities. Now you got Obatala, which is the creator or creating aspect of melanin, or source of melanin, as y'all well know. Then you got Shango, which is the storm aspect of melanin. Then you got Yemiya, which is the ocean or subconscious mind / your inner deity, because your inner deity dwells in your subconscious mind. That's why they always have. That's why usually these guys are fishes or mermaids or something like that. The fish or the mermaid represents your inner deity that dwells in your subconscious mind, that sleeps in your subconscious mind, that has to be awakened again. Then you got Oshun, which is the love aspect of melanin, or melanin love, as y'all said. Then you got Ogun, which is, now Ogun, you know, when the beast rose up out of the sea, he had one of his heads was damaged. So they damaged your warrior aspect, your warrior genes. So Ogun is the war aspect of melanin, or war melanin. You see what I'm saying? Then you got Orun Mila, which is the seer aspect of melanin, which is prophecy and first eyesight. Then you got Papa Legba, which is the Christ or soul aspect of melanin, or the champion energy. He who overcomes, or she who overcomes. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? The trials and tribulations to become the Jedi Master, or in this case, the Melanin Master. You see what I'm saying? We're going to get into that. We're going to get in there. Now, let's continue with their propaganda version, and I decode more of this shit that they didn't create it. Now, let's see it here. Now, it said, after it had a head with blasphemous, had a head of blasphemous names, which is 7 blasphemous names. It was 7. They changed it in my Bible, but in the original Bible, it was a blasphemous name with each head. You see what I'm saying? It said, the beast I saw resembled a leopard. Of course it resembles a leopard or a jaguar. Because the leopards and jaguar can see through your bullshit. Here. Black Panther all over again. The leopards and jaguars and panthers can see through your bullshit. They have vision. They have sight. They can see through the bullshit that you dealing with here. But had feet like those of a bear and a mouth like that of a lion. Of course, you know, we cursed and all that shit. And it had feet like that of a bear. Because, you know, whenever it stepped, you felt that shit. Yeah, the steps was as strong as the vibrations of a bear when he steps or it steps. You see what I'm saying? So, and a mouth like a lion, because you know most niggas courageous. They talk to you like they don't give a fuck about who you is. You see what I'm saying? Like, fuck you, nigga. You know how niggas talk. Fuck you. Or women, fuck you, bitch. You see what I'm saying? They'll quick to cuss your ass out if you piss them off. So this is your melanin here. This is your melanin monster here. So this is you. So tell me if you don't see any resemblances in you in this story. Now, the dragon gave the beast his power, and his throne and great authority. Of course, the dragon gave the beast his power, because the dragon is Kundalini energy, and his throne, his crown, and his great authority, which is the solar plexus. This is where your authority come from. You see what I'm saying? Your great power, your personal power is your solar plexus. Your throne is your crown. You see what I'm saying? And your power and authority come from him. You see what I'm saying? So this is your melanin monster, y'all. This is you. This is you. See, they got us thinking here. It's funny, they got us thinking that the 144,000 is warring against the beast. But no, that's a lie. You are the 144,000 and you are the beast. How about that? They once again, they snatched the feminine, the yin energy from the masculine, young energy, and pitted them against each other. Like they always do. They try to pit us against each other on the physical. The shit that they doing on the physical is just a reflection of what they doing with our spiritual shit, with our magical sciences. You see what I'm saying? So you are the beast and the 144,000. You the savior and you the monster. How about that? You ain't just a savior who saved the world. You the monster who destroyed this system. But they had to give you both sciences, or they would be lying to themselves. You see what I'm saying? So they just split them up and pit them against you, and you're gonna see more connections as I go on here. Now it says one of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, which is the Ogun aspect, the warrior aspect. But the fatal wound had been healed by your Kundalini energy. The whole world was astonished and followed the beast, of course. The whole world is your people following you in the battle against this cabal system. You see what I'm saying? Our people following us in the battle against this cabal system. The star seeds. You see what I'm saying? Once your melanin monster awakens, when wartime happens, it takes over you. You see what I'm saying? And it fights for you. You see what I'm saying? Your body has become a conduit for its monstrous energies and powers. You see what I'm saying? And intelligence. So you pissed off, you mad, you shoot an energy blast at these motherfuckers and knock their ass backwards. You see what I'm saying? With your melanin force. This is what they scared of, y'all. This is what they scared of. This is why this shit demonized right here. Now, let's see here. The whole world was astonished and followed the beast. Men worshipped the dragon, the Kundalini, because he had given authority to the beast. Of course he did. And they worshipped the beast and asked, who is like the beast? Who can make war against him? Only the cabal can make war against you. So, and they motherfucking beings. These fifth ass motherfuckers who trying to attack you. You see what I'm saying? Cause this all you. This all science. Here the beast, 144,000. All that shit is you. All that shit is inside of you. You see what I'm saying? 144,000 is nothing but the frequency of your Jedi force. You see what I'm saying? That's the light side of the force, though. Your soul energy. See, down mine you having your soul energy, because they know you only got one polarity, one aspect. They don't want you to fuck with this melanin. You see what I'm saying? You know, Sith and Jedi, they always pitting them against each other. See what I'm saying? The Sith is the dark side of the Force. And Vader been telling us for years. What Vader been saying to us, you don't know the power of the dark side. You don't know the power of your melanin arts. You see what I'm saying? And he been telling us this shit for 50 years, goddammit. It's funny when you realize what they been saying in these movies. You see what I'm saying? These visual grimoires. You don't know the power of the dark side. And he right. We don't know the power of this shit because they taught us to fear it. They taught us to be scared of it. You see what I'm saying? So take up your torch, go within, and reawaken your melanin monster. You see what I'm saying? Now, here we go. The beast was given a mouth to utter proud words and blasphemies and to exercise his authority for 42 months. What do they mean by that? Let's go by there one by one, piece by piece. The beast was given a mouth to utter proud words and blasphemies. Words of power. Magical words, magical tones. And to exercise his authority for 42 months. Which 42 is 7. You see what I'm saying? It's 3.5 years, but really it's 7. Because 40 in the... it's 6. My bad. It's 6. It's 3.5 years, but it's on the 6th frequency, which is balance. You see what I'm saying? So you're supposed to be balancing your divine masculine and divine feminine energies inside of you. And dark masculine and dark feminine energies inside you. See what I'm saying? So peep game here. Now, he opened his mouth to blaspheme God and to slander his name and his dwelling place and those who live in heaven. Now this propaganda here. This them fucking with you. Because they talking about they God. And who is they God? They God is this system. The Archons, the Matrix, the Draconians, you know, that's their God. You see what I'm saying? So they're blaspheming against the Archons. You see what I'm saying? Against the fucking Draconians and all these other motherfuckers who work for them. You see what I'm saying? Who work with them. You see what I'm saying? To keep us locked down because they scared of us awakening. Now, they know our awakening means they're doomed. Matter of fact, you can already see just a little awakening. I told y'all cuts down on your standard awakening cuts down on 60% of corruption. Just like what's her name? Dorothy in the Wiz. When she bust through the R symbol and awoken, she killed the baddest evil witch there. 60% of corruption cut down just from her fucking just becoming aware that something's wrong with this shit. You see what I'm saying? 60%. Just her force alone erupted into the environment and started wiping out the corrupted energies of this fucking goddamn toxic matrix. You see what I'm saying? So let us continue here. He was given power to make war against the saints and to conquer them. They the saints. I don't want y'all to think that we the saints. We not the saints. They the saints. The cabal, their priests and their magi and they shit are the saints. Understand? The Pope, the fucking and their system. They're cultists and all that shit. They are the saints who they talking about. This is their storyline. You see what I'm saying? This is their storyline. This is not our storyline. Like in the movie Lucy. Lucy was their storyline. It's because Lucy was a monkey, a primate. So this is their story. But they're using our sciences to try to master themselves. And they showed you at the end that when they try to fully harness melanin, they turn back. They turn black and just fucking vaporize. You know, they just disintegrate. You see what I'm saying? So they showed you in this movie what happens to them when they try to fully harness the powers of melanin. You see what I'm saying? They was good with the light side shit, the soul shit. But when it came to that melanin, they ass is vaporized. You see what I'm saying? They disintegrate. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't handle the monstrous, chaotic forces of melanin because they bad at having the melanin. If they have in the melanin, hell. Shit. So, let us continue here. Let's see. He was given power to make war against the saints and to conquer them. And he was given authority over every tribe, people, language, and nation. Right. Because the more your melanin monster awakens, the more authority you get And the more you help help heal your people, and by extension all the rest of the nations who locked down across the planet, because they hear these messages too. Don't forget that not just us in America, but everybody across the planet, all the indigenous people across the planet, because everybody got Facebook, everybody got YouTube. You see what I'm saying? So everybody hearing this. You see what I'm saying? So you know, just letting y'all know how much y'all teachings affect the rest of this world. So you got something to say it. You know, you don't know who you might heal or help. You see what I'm saying? Help them get through this shit. So yeah, let's continue. Let's see. All inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, all whose names have not been written in the book of life, belonging to the Lamb that was slain from the creation of the world. He who has an ear, let him hear. Oh, I hear this shit. This is propaganda. If anyone is to go into captivity, he will go. If anyone is to be killed with the sword he will be killed. You see what I'm saying? So in other words, they just letting you know, eye for an eye there. So this call for patience, endurance, and faithfulness on the part of the saints. See, they talking to their people with this shit. Y'all gotta understand, some of this is truth. This is probably verses 7 through 7, and the first half of 8 is probably the realest shit. The most truth they told. He was given power to make war against the saints and to conquer them. Notice he said conquer them. So your Melanin monster will conquer these motherfuckers. And he was given authority over every tribe, people, language, and nation. Peep gang. That's the truest fucking part of this story that they gave you right here. That you will go to war with their system, with their saints, they magi, they occultists, their fucking religious popes and all this shit, and their priests and imams and all these other motherfuckers who work for them and with them. Our Melanin monsters will go to war with them and kick their asses, both on this plane and in the astral plane. And in the other plane, they try to invade and stop us from rising. You see what I'm saying? So peep game here. Peep game. Now, let's see, where are we? Then you got the beast out of the earth. Then I saw another beast coming out of the earth, out of the heart. He had 2 horns like a lamb. This the Baphomet. But he spoke like a dragon. Of course, because your voice is deep. Your voice has power when you speaking in God talk or soul talk. You see what I'm saying? Your voice has authority. That's why he speaks like a dragon. Because he's speaking with his Kundalini energy. You see what I'm saying? That Kundalini serpent God force. You see what I'm saying? So, here we go. He exercised all of the authority of the first beast on his behalf, and made the heart or earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose fatal wound had been healed. So the Baphomet is on the side of the beast. I find that interesting. The Baphomet, who is the creator, the physical personification of the creator, is on the side of the beast. Why is this? Because that's your Melanin monster. That's your true force, your true God power. You see what I'm saying? That's your monstrous force that's been locked down. That's Cthulhu locked down in Arlea, who was said to one day rise again, like I told y'all in my Baphomet Times video. You see what I'm saying? That's who this is. That's who this is. So he's supporting the beast, your Melanin monster, that dwells inside of your unconscious mind, and your unconscious mind is your primordial mind. So you have to awaken this Melanin monster. You see what I'm saying? Let's see here. And he performed great and miraculous signs, even causing fire to come down from heaven to earth, or the heart chakra, in full view of men. So these motherfuckers gonna be able to see your psychic abilities, your force powers, your soul powers on the physical plane. They're gonna be able to see your force push or force blast. They're gonna be able to see your force choke. You're gonna be able to see your fucking fireballs and chi balls and energetic swords and all that other shit that y'all got inside y'all, that y'all are now starting to awaken. You see what I'm saying? then y'all gonna have all that. We gonna have all that. So don't think that y'all gonna be helpless here. Y'all power is y'all force, y'all melanin. Don't so when shit pop off on this planet, and it's gonna pop off within the next year and a half, I guarantee you that. In the next year and a half, shit about to pop off on this planet. Shit popping off now, but you see in the beginning stages of it. But later on down the road, it's gonna be named a calamity on this planet. And peep game. They World War III. They have got us under the illusion that they warring with each other for World War III. That shit there's nothing but propaganda. In actuality, they're preparing the war with us. The Starseeds, the children of Melanin. You see what I'm saying? The original ones. The elder gods and goddesses of the planet. That's who they preparing to war with. That's why they don't want you to have shit. That's why anything you do, they have a problem with. You see what I'm saying? They have a problem with this cabalistic system, all their governments and shit. They got a problem with you rising, black man, black woman. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all, we the elder gods and goddesses of the planet. So they got a problem with you. They got a problem with you. But this is what they really got a problem with, your melanin monster. You figuring out what that is and unleashing it. Unlocking it, awakening it, and unleashing it. Melanin unleashed around here. You see what I'm saying? So now, where were we here? Let's see. Because of the signs he was given power to do on behalf of the first beast, he deceived the inhabitants of the heart. Lies. This is where we get into propaganda. He ordered them to set up an image in honor of the beast who was wounded by the sword and yet lived. Now, who is the image of your beast? It's a personification. It's of your melanin force, which is your melanin monsters. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? The image of the beast is your melanin monster, the personification of it. Like say for example, you got let's take Ogun. You got the energy known as war, but then you got Ogun, which is the personification of the energy known as war, the suit that the war energy wears. You see what I'm saying? That's what they talking about when they mean the image. You see what I'm saying? They talking about the personification of your melanin monster. You see what I'm saying? So he ordered them to set up an image in honor of the beast who was wounded by the sword and yet lived. He was given power to give breath to the image of the first beast. So he brought it to life. He brought it back to life. So that it could speak and cause all who refuse to worship the image to be killed. So any of these motherfucking cabals who don't accept our power will be wiped out. That's basically what they're saying. Yeah. They kind of wording it in such a way that, oh shit, I should be scared of this motherfucker. But no, yeah, they should be scared of this motherfucker. Y'all shouldn't be scared of them, because this y'all. You see what I'm saying? But this is from their perspective. That's why it's written like this. They wrote the book of Revelation. You see what I'm saying? Them, the dirty morals who they was working for, all these motherfuckers. Anybody who sold us out and betrayed us. You see what I'm saying? Not just dirty morals, it was more. So now, he also forced everyone small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on his right hand or actually in his forehead, so that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of his name. This calls for wisdom. If anyone has insight, let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is man's number. His number is 666. Oh yes. Let me tell you what's going on there. Let me tell you what it is there. Let me tell you how deep what you just read was right there. Let's review that. He said he also forced everyone small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on his right hand or on or in his forehead, so that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of his name. Interesting. So the beast got a mark, And 144,000 got a mark, which is God's seal. Now let's go back to the 144,000 for a second. What does their mark look like? What does their mark look like? Let's see what God's seal look like first. Because I taught y'all about that in my Nights of Baphomet video. Okay, I see it. Let me see here. The seal of the Baphomet. The Baphomet here is the seal of God, right? Or, depending on how you learn, it may either look like this, or it may look like this, the Phoenix. The seal of the Phoenix. Whichever one. Both are the same, because he or she who rises from the ashes. Now, that's the seal of God that they talk about in the 144,000, right? So they talk about this mark of the beast, right? So what's the mark of the beast? Now let them tell you it's some fucking some tracker or some shit that they you know, they fucking, you know, putting inside everybody to keep up with them, which they don't really need. Your cell phone is the tracker. Hell, your fucking your ID is the tracker. Yeah, so they just adding that shit don't even mean nothing here. So what's the mark of the beast? Cause it's gonna be just like the mark, the seal of God is inside your forehead, which is here. It'll materialize like this, like Baphomet horns, or it'll be sealed inside of the back side of your hand chakras. You see what I'm saying? Here. So you get these seals. Now, the mark of the beast. What does the mark of the beast look like? You know, they talk all this shit about it, but we've never really seen. Hell, we ain't seen the seal of God here. I just told y'all what the seal of God look like. So what the mark of the beast look like? Let me show y'all what the mark of the beast look like. How about that? This what it look like, y'all. If y'all can see it. Hold on. It may be too big for y'all to see. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. What's up, Sherry? This what it look like, y'all. Yeah, I got them but glass. And my phone ain't hitting because it's cracked. Ooh, you can't see it at all. Oh, that's why you can't see it at all. Look like that. If you can see it, let me know. That's the mark of the beast. That image there. I don't know, maybe too close for y'all to see the big picture. Maybe too close. Try to go back some so y'all can see it. That's what the mark of the beast look like. Right there. So, it's the mark of the beast, right? But what does it mean? You know what I'm saying? What does the mark of the beast mean? The mark of the beast means that it is he or she who has decided to take up on the work to go within and learn to awaken and harness the powers of their monstrous melanin and soul. And what do you call them? You call them Melanin. See what I'm saying? Melanin, which I have in the fucking whatchamacallit. So this is what we meant with the mark of the beast. Y'all just seen it. You see what I'm saying? Y'all just seen it. That's the mark of the beast. This materializes in your mind's eye, and only because they say your right hand, but it's actually both your hands. So there's more propaganda. It materializes in your mind's eye, on your first eye, and fucking on your hand chakras. You see what I'm saying? Your first eye chakra and your hand chakras. That's where these symbols materialize. But here's where the propaganda gets deeper. What if I told y'all the seal of God and the mark of the beast are two sides of the same coin, and it's all your signs? You acquire the seal of God when you master the light side of the force, or the soul arts, and become a true Jedi master. When you master the melanin side of the equation, you receive the mark of the beast or the melanin monster, and you acquire this. You become a melanin master. You see what I'm saying? So you see what they doing here? They split our shit up, and then pitted them against each other, and then got the audacity to tell us that one is evil and one is good, when neither is good or evil. That's a point of view. You see what I'm saying? like Palpatine told Anakin, good is a point of view. What's good for you may not be good for them. You see what I'm saying? And vice versa. And Anakin found that out the hard way. You see what I'm saying? When he was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, it wouldn't help him. He realized the limitations of the Jedi Order. So this is what you're dealing with here, y'all. This that crazy shit you're dealing with. You're dealing with these motherfuckers manipulating our sciences to keep us dumbed down. You see what I'm saying? To keep us fucked up. To keep us fearing one aspect, while we can praise, they'll give you the light. They'll give you the light because they can control light. But you can't control chaos. You see what I'm saying? So they don't want to give you the melanin teachers because they can't control it. They can't control it. They can't control your melanin monster, because your melanin monster is nothing but pure, unlimited, raw, untamed power. You see what I'm saying? That cannot be stopped once it is unleashed onto the world. So yeah. So this is what we're dealing with. So the 144,000 and the beast is you. One is the soul, one is the soul arch, light side, and one is the melanin arch, dark side. But it's all one big. But the force is all one big, unified, metaphysical energy and power. Am I right? So what the fuck are they talking about? Are they just fucking with your mind? This is propaganda. Ain't nothing but one big Jedi mind trick. This spiritual propaganda. How about that? They give you mental and physical propaganda, but this spiritual propaganda here, just straight fucking with your spirit now. You see what I'm saying? And your soul. They ain't just fucking with your mind. They fucking with your spirit and soul now. You see what I'm saying? They fucking with that shit which is deemed to be sacred. So here you go. Now, they said here, this calls for wisdom. If anyone has insight, let him calculate the number of the beast. For it is man's number. His number is 666, which we know is carbon. But let's go a little deeper. We know it's carbon. So what is 6 plus 6 plus 6? It equals 18. And 1 plus 8 equals 9. Or if you multiply it, 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216, which equals up to be 9. You see what I'm saying? So it's a number of completion and judgment at its purest and most simplified form. So that's what the number of the beast is. The beast rises again. The melanin monster rises again to fucking judge, bring judgment on those who have wronged it. You see what I'm saying? Who have wronged us. Especially the black man and black woman, the elder gods and goddesses of this planet. You see what I'm saying? And the star seeds that are here to also assist us in taking back our planet from these sorry motherfuckers. See what I'm saying? So there you go. So then you got the little beast, the Baphomet, but it goes deeper than that. Who is this little beast that comes out of the earth or out of the heart, that personifies out of your heart chakra? It's your soul. but even deeper, is your dark soul, or the black sun, as they say. The black sun inside of everybody's soul is a little black dot, as they said in our sciences. It's a sphere, a dark sphere of energy, and this is chaos intelligence. You see, original source chaos intelligence that was gifted to you by the goddess, the great mother creatress, Sophia Aset. And what is it? It's the treasure of darkness that God said He was gonna give to you in Isaiah chapter 45. You see what I'm saying? So this is that black dot, that black sun that houses your melanin force. And then, of course, the big sun, the gold sun, but that sun could be any color. It could be gold, blue, purple, green, yellow, white, silver. Yeah, it don't really fucking matter. That's your immortal personality. You see what I'm saying? That you carry with you, and you tweak it a little bit depending on, to deal with, so that you can incarnate and learn lessons. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. There you go. So this is what we talking about here. This is what we talking about. They've been fucking with us. They duped us again. They duped us hard. And guess what, y'all? They even tell you that they even tell you about what you gonna do during wartime, during World War III. 3. The number of your higher self. The hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the pineal gland. Number 3. The number of your higher self. Now, they tell you in chapter 4, later on in chapter 14, that they gonna harvest the earth, or harvest the heart, the children of the heart. And check out what they said. I looked, and there before me was a white cloud, and seated on the cloud was one like a son of man, with a crown of gold on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. So we gonna reap these motherfuckers. I'm gonna go over that one later, cause I got for part 3, cause this part 2 to this Secrets of Melanin lecture that I've been doing, this series that I've been doing, and this part 2 to my 5 types of melanin video, Melanin Wisdom. So I'm gonna get into that one even harder when I go into that. You see what I'm saying? So y'all can fully understand what the war is all about. So there we go. And so Marvin, y'all asked me what's gonna happen here. How we gonna see this? You know, they always put this shit in movies, all right? Is there any way I can go to see this with my own 2 eyes? Hell yeah, there's somewhere you can go to see this. Go get the movie Monsters Inc. You know, they was in the business of scaring kids until they met one little girl who wasn't scared of her melanin monster. You see what I'm saying? Now, they was all monsters, remember this. Melanin monsters. Going to scare the kids. But they would come out the closet, which is the unconscious mind. And their realm was the realm of melanin. And in this movie, one little girl wasn't scared of them. She wasn't frightened by her. It's because she accepted her melanin monster. And so this fucked them up. And they had never seen nothing like this before. So this little girl, when she accepted her melanin monster, she changed the frequency of this whole dimension. It transformed from fear to hope, love, happiness, and joy. So she balanced out the force in that way. She showed you like, nah, I ain't scared of y'all me. You see what I'm saying? It was a blue monster. Her 2 main melanin monsters was, one was blue, which was the throat chakra, and one was yellow, which was the solar plexus. You see what I'm saying? You know, truth and power. So they telling you right there. That's why they gave them colors, man. See, it was all about truth and power. I think she usually wore pink or like a pink red, which was divine love. You know, and red or survival. Letting you know that it's all about your survival. This harnessing this melanin monster inside of you, awakening this melanin monster inside of you, is all about your survival. You see what I'm saying? So this is what it's about, y'all. They've been splitting our shit up. They've been splitting it up, fucking us up with our own shit. They've been using our sciences against us, and we wouldn't even pay no attention like that. So the beast is us. All the beasts in the book of Revelation is us. The dragon, that's us. Fucking 144,000, that's us. All that shit is us. All that shit is inside of you. The angels of light. The demons, which is the 72 demons, or jinn. 72 chakras that sits on around your pineal gland. And the angels are the 72 rays or beams of light, or angels of light, that comes out of your pineal gland and materializes out of your body and creates a crystallized shield around you. See what I'm saying? So this beast, that's you. That's your melanin monster. Now, how about I tell you how to awaken your melanin monster? Let's get into the meditative exercise. Because, it's one thing to tell you about, it's another thing to tell you how to get it. Now, what you do is, in your meditations, you focus on your heart chakra, because your soul inside your heart chakra. That's why the ancient Egyptians called it the heart soul. And then your soul focus on the black sun, the black dot, your dark soul, right? And pull the image of the dark soul up in your mind's eye. When you get it, you reach out with your energetic finger. Notice what I said. Your energy body, and you touch it, and that'll trigger the process. And then you let it go from there. See what I'm saying? And then after that, you can go meet your monster, your melanin monster, and raise it up and fully awaken your melanin and become the true melanin master you're supposed to be. See what I'm saying? That's why the hashtag for this lecture is called Return of the Melanin. You see what I'm saying? So there you go. Go check out the movie Monster and see how she became a melanin by accepting and respecting. She wasn't even scared of her melanin monster. She loved her melanin monster. Here, come hang out with me. She hated when they had to leave and go home and shit. Yeah, because she loved the melanin energy. She loved her melanin. You see what I'm saying? And when she loved her melanin, it caused her melanin to love them back, because she realized that they are her and she is them. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. There you go. This is what we talking about. So go get you some. With that being said, that end this lecture. Y'all got any questions? Do y'all have any questions? Any questions before I get up out of here? Well, if y'all don't have no questions, I'm Marvin Jones. Brian Fraser, excellent election. Thank you. Y'all put the word out. Share this with your friends. Let them know what it is. Yeah, everybody out here lost, because they ain't getting these melanin teachers to go with their soul teachers. So they only getting half the equation. So y'all put the word out. Let them know what it is. Check out my YouTube channel, The Sentinel Way. SENTINEL. And, go see my other lectures if y'all want more. And with that being said, I'm out.